Look at your cat right now. Go on. The way she's folded up on the arm of the couch, paws tucked under her, watching you through those half closed eyes, like she's already decided something about you and isn't going to tell you what. You feed her, you clean up after her, you arrange your whole evening around the one cushion she's claimed, and somewhere in the back of your mind, you've always just assumed she knows exactly what you are: the human, the owner, the big one in charge. But here is the strange and quietly beautiful thing the research keeps finding over and over. Your cat almost certainly does not see you as a human being at all, not the way you think. And what she does see you as, what you actually are inside that small ancient mind, is far stranger and far more tender than almost anyone ever tells you. I've spent years now reading the real science on how cats think, and I'm going to be honest with you the whole way down, including the parts where the experts genuinely don't know yet, because there is a mountain of confident nonsense about this online, and you deserve better than that. By the end, you'll understand the 4 things your cat has quietly decided about you. And the last one will change how you feel every single time she walks into the room. So stay with me, because most people never get to the last one. Let's start with something she does almost every day, something so ordinary you've probably never thought twice about it: the tail. When your cat walks towards you and lifts her tail straight up in the air, that little hook at the very tip, that is not nothing. Researchers who study feline behavior will tell you it is one of the clearest friendly signals a cat has. And here is the part that matters. Kittens raise their tails like that to their mothers. Adult cats raise them to other cats they trust. It is a greeting that lives entirely inside cat society. And your cat is aiming it at you. Think about what that means. She is not greeting you the way she'd greet a strange, towering, 2-legged species. She is greeting you with the exact body language she'd use for another cat, which tells us something simple and astonishing. Somewhere in her mind, she has filed you in the same box as one of her own. Not a human, a very large, very odd cat, a friend. And once you see that, you start to notice she treats you like a cat in all kinds of ways. Take the kneading. That slow, rhythmic pressing of her paws into your lap, the soft little push pull she falls into right before she settles. We call it making biscuits and we laugh about it. But that movement comes from kittenhood. It is the exact motion a nursing kitten makes against its mother to bring down the milk. Cats carry it for life, and they bring it out for the ones who make them feel safest of all. So when she does it on you, on your stomach, your leg, the soft part of your arm, she is reaching for the oldest comfort she has ever known, the one from her mother. You are standing in for that. To her, on some level, she will never explain to you, you are not the owner. You are the parent. Now, before we go further, I want to clear something out of the way, because this is where the internet gets it badly wrong. You will hear people say your cat is plotting against you, that she owns you, that she's the boss, that every cool look is a tiny act of domination. I'm not going to tell you that, because it simply isn't what the science shows. Cats did not evolve in tight ranked packs the way dogs did. There is no throne. There is no general. A cat is not lying on your keyboard to assert authority over you. She is lying there because it is warm and it smells like you, and you are the safest thing in the room. The domination story is a story we made up about ourselves. It was never how she saw it. So if she doesn't see a boss and she doesn't quite see a human, what does she see? Here's the clue you've been watching your whole life without knowing. Watch her face the next time she's relaxed and looking at you. If she slowly closes her eyes, holds them shut for a beat, and softly opens them again, that slow, lazy blink, stop and pay attention, because that is not boredom. Researchers in England ran a careful study on exactly this. They found that when a person slow blinks at a cat, the cat is more likely to slow blink back and more likely to want to approach that person. In plain language, the slow blink is something close to a feline word for trust. Some people call it a cat kiss. The scientists were more cautious than that, and I'll be cautious too, but the data pointed in one warned direction. When your cat softens her eyes at you across the room, she is telling you, in the only language she has, that she feels safe. You have probably been getting little love notes from her for years and reading them as nothing. And that brings us to the discovery that ties it all together. The one I promised you, the one that changes everything. A team of researchers set out to ask a question that sounds almost too simple. Do cats actually bond to their people? Or are we just the ones with the can opener? So they ran the kind of test psychologists use on human babies and on dogs. They put a cat in an unfamiliar room with its owner, had the owner leave, and then come back, and they watched what the cat did at the reunion. And the cats behaved almost exactly like infants do. When their person came back, most of them used that person as a safe base. They'd reconnect, settle, and then feel brave enough to go explore the strange room. The researchers found that the majority of cats, somewhere around 2 out of 3, showed what they called a secure attachment to their owner. Roughly the same proportion you find in human babies with a parent. Let that land for a second. Not a roommate, not a tenant who tolerates you for food, an attachment, the real, measurable, psychological kind, the kind a child has. So here is what the science is quietly telling us when you put all the pieces together. Your cat greets you like a fellow cat. She comforts herself against you the way she once comforted herself against her mother. She blinks her trust at you across the room. And when she is frightened or unsure, she looks for you the way a small child looks for a parent. She does not see a human. The behaviorist John Bradshaw, who spent decades studying this, put it in a way I've never forgotten. That to a cat, we may simply be other cats. Big, clumsy, faintly ridiculous cats who never learn to groom properly and are somehow also the source of all warmth and safety in the world. That is what you are to her. Not an owner, not a master, not even really a human. You are family in the oldest shape a cat has. Part enormous fellow cat, part the mother she never fully outgrew, part the safe place she runs back to when the world gets big. She didn't choose you because you're useful. The food was never the point. She chose you the way a kitten chooses, completely and without a backup plan. So tonight, when she finds you and folds herself up nearby and gives you that slow, drowsy blink, you'll know it isn't nothing. Try it back. Look at her, soften your eyes, and slowly close them. Watch what she does. You're not training her. You're just answering in her own language the thing she's been telling you all along. I'd love to hear about yours. Tell me down in the comments, what's the one thing your cat does that you now understand a little differently? I read every single one, and if this gave you a new way of seeing the little creature asleep beside you, share it with the one person you know who loves their cat more than they'd ever admit. They'll want to know what they really are. Take care of that bond. It's older and deeper than you knew. I'll see you in the next one.